Welcome to New Hope Underground, the only podcast complete with vitamins and minerals for a healthy life. Today's episode is entitled Rolls from Hawaii and an Ensemble of Lions. And now here are your hosts, Darren and Drew Hansen.
Hey, Happy New Year. Welcome back. It's 2021.
Hey, welcome.
And this is New Hope Underground, and I'm Darren.
I am Drew.
And we are ready for another year.
Bring it on.
It's got to be better than last year, I would think.
Yeah, bar's pretty low.
The whole world has a low bar now.
Yeah. It can't. 2021, it's just, even if you have reasonable expectations for this year, it's probably going to be better.
It's high expectations.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm Darren.
I'm Drew.
And welcome. And we're with New Hope Church in Effingham, Illinois. Yes, that's a real town.
Effingham.
How do you? Yeah,
that's how the Brits would say it.
Effingham,
Illinois.
Well, welcome, and we are going to have. We usually talk about the real news that's out there. It's another Monolith update.
Oh, I thought you were going to drop a sick beat right there.
I thought about it.
That's like the noise right before the bass drops.
It's what Abraham Lincoln said: "Drop beats, not bombs."
Did he say that?
He did. It's in the Gettysburg Address.
Yeah.
He was also holding a jam box at the time. Boom box. So the Monolith is back. Another Monolith has showed up now by a hiking trail in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, eh?
Yes. Now, when they first got started, the first one we heard about, the most famous one, was in a canyon out in Utah.
Right.
Then you hear about one in Romania, somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, and then they start showing up in like in front of stores.
Yeah, just
a mall in El Paso, a candy store in Pittsburgh, a restaurant down in a cafe down in Florida.
Yeah, it's getting a taste of
but a hiking trail
civilization.
Now, one thing we said was the first two. There was one out in California too somewhere, but the first two you were like, okay, is this alien or what?
Intriguing to say the least.
Right.
Intriguing.
And then they start showing up in front of stores. You're like, okay. And then their online sales go up of all these places.
Yeah, thanks to people like you who go and buy from
That's
those
exactly
shops
right.
online.
Grandpa Joe's Candy in Pittsburgh. But anyway, if you this one is a hiking trail in the middle of Wisconsin. I mean, who's going to benefit from that?
Someone trying to re-legitimize the story.
Yeah, someone's trying to get the alien thing back on track.
Yeah, and I'm sold.
Well, remember I said a lady in Florida said that she felt this great, weird sense of energy from the Monolith.
You remember what I said?
Yes.
I'm getting a weird sense of energy from her.
But in Wisconsin, I'm not sure. I understand like people putting these things in front of places and to gain notoriety.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on with the hiking trail in Wisconsin, but anyway.
Maybe we ought to go hiking.
Maybe maybe it is the people that put it there are not actually aliens, but instead people that work with the Wisconsin public park system.
Yeah, it's like part of a campaign to get the county more active.
Because there's nothing that says hiking to me like a giant monolith.
Yeah, Michelle Obama's campaign wasn't working very well. It's like, how do we make it better?
Yeah, how do we get people out and really walking and running?
Oh, we'll scare them to death by saying it's aliens.
Or go out and check it out. Anyway, I don't know which hiking trail it is or where it's at in Wisconsin. And this is the most exciting news that's come out of Wisconsin, to be frank. Since the kangaroo that escaped there one time. This is about it. This is about as exciting as it gets.
If you ignore the Packers and their success this year, yeah.
Now, this is not my news story because that's just an update of an old story. Okay. So here's the news story.
All right.
There's a man in New York who is suing King's Hawaiian Rolls. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, why would you ever sue them, man? They're
First
awesome.
of all, let's talk about King's Hawaiian Rolls for a second.
They
are incredible.
Why is that?
They're just good.
Man, I swear, I've never had bread that tastes so much like candy. It's awesome. It's awesome.
And if you here's one thing though. Don't do this. Don't put honey butter on it.
Oh man,
because
like a donut
because the
right
taste
there.
of the bread plus the honey butter, that's just too much.
That's like a donut.
Need regular butter.
Yeah,
regular butter.
Okay,
right?
margarine or real butter?
Real butter.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I always get that Irish stuff.
Oh man, I swear by that stuff.
Kerry Gold or that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm all about that. Anyway, yeah. So King's Hawaiian Rolls. Now, what do you think he's suing over? Any idea? Just give you a guess.
I have 2 guesses. First, I said the recipe. Second, I said the name.
The name. Why is he suing over? It's more closer to the name. Why is he suing over the name?
Man, I don't know.
It's really not the name itself. King's Hawaiian Rolls.
Right.
What he's suing over is that it's false advertising, because the rolls are made in California.
Oh.
And he thought he was getting rolls that were made in Hawaii.
Oh.
Which you would think.
Is the founder
I was
from
surprised too, to be honest. I just assumed it came from Hawaii.
Nothing comes from Hawaii except for pineapples
And cane sugar.
and cane sugar. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. So apparently rolls don't come from Hawaii. They come from California.
is the founder Hawaiian?
I don't know. It's King's Hawaiian Rolls.
Yeah, but
I don't know. If it's somebody named King. I don't
it's
know.
King's Hawaiian rolls, not Hawaiian rolls.
Well, I just mean it's not like Homachamuka Hawaiian Rolls or something like that.
I like that.
Or what's the name of the king that, actually there was the Hawaii is like the state that actually had a king.
Oh, right.
And it wasn't that long ago, really. I can't remember his name.
I don't know. Tutankhamun.
Yeah, something like that. But this guy is
that's
suing, and they're
Egypt.
not. Now, the King's Hawaiian Rolls have not been available for comment. They won't comment on the court case. But this is going to the court in New York.
If you weren't guilty. Yeah.
Now, what do you think about that? Do you think it's kind of false advertising? I assumed I'll be honest, I assumed the rolls were made in Hawaii.
I think when it comes to food, when it comes to food, it's hard to tell what is what. What does it mean that it's Irish butter? I bet you that Irish butter wasn't made in Ireland. Maybe it was. Who knows?
Oh no, you look on the back and it says imported. It's New Jersey or something, out in New Jersey, some places. Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's it's someone's interpretation of a tiramisu. What is real tiramisu? You know what I mean? There's a lot of room for interpretation. It's my point.
Well, see, you take like a butter, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
It's Irish butter. They'll say it's imported to New Jersey or whatever. But I'm not so sure they mean the actual butter as much as they mean something that's in it, or something. I don't know.
Some of the products come from.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do you think about those water places that sell this bottled water that comes from the spring or whatever? But you find out, I know one company was found out that they were just basically filling up bottles with tap water.
Oh, is that Dasani?
I don't know if it was Dasani or not.
'Cause it tastes like tap water.
Now, Fuji, is it Fuji? Fiji.
Fiji.
Sorry, Fuji's the film. Fiji's the bottled water, and it's also the country.
Yeah.
And apparently they really do take it from spring water in Fiji. So that one's legit. But as far as we know.
My wife swears by Smart Water.
Smart water.
Yeah.
Where do you get smart water from?
I think they pump it full of sugar or something. I don't know.
It's got electrolytes in it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think water's water, personally. I just drink from the tap.
Well, next time you're eating a King's Hawaiian roll and drinking a bottle of smart water, be thinking about what exactly are you buying, and where's it coming from? Are they being truthful or not?
I've been living a lie.
I know, it makes you. I think the thing is though, it's ingenious marketing if you think about it. Though, if you think you're buying something a lot more exotic than it is,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. This suit's made in Italy, but actually Italy's a small town in Indiana.
Exactly. When I look at cookies and Aldi's, my eyes always go first to the European ones.
Ooh, German.
Or they're Scottish.
Yeah.
Or they're
the Swedish thins.
'Cause I'm thinking those have got to be better, right? And they're smaller boxes and they're more expensive. But they got the good packaging. Then you look on the back and it says Aldi's Batavia, Illinois.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? I think some of it's got to come from those places. If I feel like they're getting away with something.
Yeah, you kind of almost start to empathize with this guy who's filing the lawsuit. I wonder if he's going to win.
I'm going to file my own lawsuit.
Maybe it should be like a class action suit where all of us have been cheated, even though we're not going to quit eating King's Hawaiian rolls. Hey, welcome to New Hope Underground Interviews. That's when we just interview random people at church. And we actually interviewed this guy before, but for some stupid sound reason, we couldn't actually put it up on the podcast. But here is Carson Etheridge. What's up, Carson?
Not much. How are you?
Hey, did I say your last name right?
Yeah.
Why don't you say it so I can hear it?
Etheridge.
Etheridge. But it's spelled like Etheridge.
Yeah, a lot of people get that wrong because there's a guy and he basically just ruined her last name because it was spelled my last name is spelled Etheridge.
Right.
And this guy's name was Ethridge. And so for now on, forever now, my last name will be spelled to anyone that is new into my life, Ethri, and it infuriates me.
Well, it could be worse. It could be like Etheridge.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be known as somebody that's like Ether. That's not good.
Yeah.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 14.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
You're in 8th grade. Are you ready to get into high school?
Yes, very much.
You're done with junior high, huh?
Yeah.
What do you love about junior high? Anything?
I love that you get more freedom, and like whenever I was in grade school, like 5th grade, like we just didn't have much, and like especially with like the spiritual aspect of it, we have FCA.
Like how many clubs and stuff like that?
Yeah, we didn't have much, but we didn't have much clubs. But like now, I'm in the musical. I'm in student council.
Cool.
It's really fun. I like learning about new things.
More things to do.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
That's awesome. And high school will be the same way. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Now, tell me about your family.
My family.
You have a mom?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have a dad too.
That's good. I'm glad you have a mom and a dad.
My mom's name is Beth, and my dad's name is Landon, and my sister, her name is Lauren. She's in 6th grade, and
You have a little sister.
Yes, I have a little sister. And
what's that like?
Struggling.
It's
very much a struggle.
Okay, tell me what's the best thing about having a little sister? There's got to be something good.
You have someone to pick on.
There you go. Somebody to blame when something goes wrong.
Yeah, and then same for her.
What's the worst thing?
The worst thing is whenever she comes into your room whenever you're doing something really important.
Which is always?
Not always, but...
You've trained her a little bit. It's like, stay out of my room. Does she knock at all?
No.
No,
she just comes in my room.
She just walks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to have to learn to knock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
But I do the same thing, so I can't complain.
So, are you married?
No, I'm not.
No, okay, good. Okay. So you haven't got married yet. You're going to get married someday?
Yes, I will. Someday.
How old do you think you'll be when you get married?
That is for God to decide. I do not know.
Hey, don't get spiritual on me, man. Just throw out a number. What do you think?
In my late 20s, like 28.
Okay, 28. So let's say 28, you get married. What are you looking for in a woman, man?
Nice.
What's the perfect girl? Nice.
Nice. She can cook.
Cook. There you go. Can you cook?
Yes. Mac and cheese.
There you go.
That's about it.
As long as she can cook something else other than mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Because you've got that nailed down.
I want her to love Jesus, and...
There's a good one. What else?
She has to be interesting.
Just be a good conversationalist, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good to talk.
And
what are some of your favorite things you love to do?
I'm in a bunch of musicals. I love doing musicals.
What's the last musical you did?
The last musical I did was probably Lion King.
The Lion King.
In 2019. And then I was supposed to do 2 this summer, Into the Woods and James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, Into the Woods. Is that Laura Ingalls? Wilder?
No, I know Meryl Streep's in the movie. But
okay. This is like is that like a horror movie? Freak movie?
No, it's Disney.
Oh, it's Disney. Same thing. Depends on what Disney flick you're watching. Some of them have horrified me, if you ask me. But anyway. Now, what part did you play in the Lion King?
I was Ensemble. I was a bunch of things. I was...
Ensemble. Is that like Simba's son? Hey,
no.
Ensemble!
No. That's Lion King too. But...
Ensembles and Lion Kings too?
No,
What were you doing in
his-
Lion King 1 then? If Ensemble's in Lion King 2 and you played Ensemble, then what are you doing in the first one? They just threw you in there for
I've
fun?
only done Lion King 1, but I don't think there is a Lion King 2 musical, but
But who's Ensemble? Is he the son of Simba?
No.
Who is he?
That's not a character.
Oh, it's not a character.
A bunch of people.
It's a bunch of people that play one character?
No, it's a bunch of people that are like multiple parts that are like.
Okay,
So
I'm
like
really
Ensemble, for
confused.
example, for me was like I was a rhino for one scene,
Okay,
two scenes.
okay, let me get this straight. You were a rhino named Ensemble.
No. No.
I am really confused. So you were a rhino, but you played different parts, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh, so you mean like ensemble as in like different people? An ensemble of
Yes.
parts. Oh, okay.
Ensemble.
So you were a rhino. What else were you?
I was a wildebeest, and
Of course.
I think I was a star for one scene.
Wait, what was your favorite part?
The very end, whenever Simba becomes king,
And what were you doing at that time?
I was the butt end of a rhino.
Excuse me? You were the what?
Butt end of a rhino.
You were just the butt end of the rhino. You weren't even the actual head of the rhino. You were
No,
the
I
butt
wasn't.
End. So your favorite part was when you... Let me get this straight. Your favorite part of the musical was when you were in a costume as a butt end of a rhino.
Not the costume.
You didn't have a costume.
I had a costume. The costume was not my favorite part of that
Okay, I was
scene.
going to say, that'd be really weird if you didn't have a costume and you're the butt end of a rhino. People are like, what is that? Because you're just standing there without a costume.
Oh no, me and my partner for the rhino, we look like London. We look like we were from London delivering newspapers without the rhino costume on.
So you were in Newsies.
You could say that.
Okay. I'm getting all these Disney shows really messed up, all the musicals. So,
Yeah.
So you dressed, let me get this straight. Not only were you a rhino, but you were a newsie in Lion King.
You could say that.
Okay. Did you guys deliver papers? I didn't know they were actually in Lion King, but that's
No.
Well-
No, we were slacking on our
okay.
job.
Okay, that's good. So you love musicals.
Yeah.
And let's get back to school just for a second. You say you love clubs,
Mhm.
so you do musicals. I'm guessing in school.
Yes,
All right.
and I'm part of the EPC too.
What is that?
Effingham Performance Center.
Oh yeah, that's
It's-
right. Down the street here.
Yeah.
And what is that? How are you a part of a building? I don't understand.
I'm not built into the building yet.
Someday
But-
that's your goal. Someday
Someday I hope some of my
when I
bones will
pass
be,
on in life, I want to be built into the structure of the EPC.
I'm just like part of the club, you could basically say.
Oh, there's like an acting club or something that goes. Do you guys get
Theater
to
camp, Christmas plays.
do you get to perform at EPC?
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, next time you have something like that, let me know.
hmm
I want to go. Okay, now let me ask you this: what do you want to do? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to go to college to be a lawyer.
No way. What kind of lawyer? Malpractice? You want to practice malpractice?
I don't know what that means, but
Okay, that's
I
okay.
wanna-
What a kind of there's
I
like
want to
criminal
be a
law,
federal prosecutor.
federal prosecutor.
Yeah.
So that means like you would put people in jail.
No,
No, that's not what that means. What does that mean?
like
You just accuse them. You don't actually do anything. You could do that now. Just go out in the street and just accuse people. Point out
arguing. That's half of the job.
You're all excited about arguing.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's throw out an argument. Let's go. How about
Okay.
what's something you feel real passionate about?
Well,
I'll tell you what. I'll just throw something out. There's a tree out here in the churchyard, and I want it removed because the squirrels are being pests. But you want to save the tree. Argue with me. Go.
okay. So the tree should not be removed because that is part of nature, and nature should not be touched unless it is for other reasons that need to be cut down, and squirrels need to be kept alone.
Yeah. Well,
Unless you shoot them.
do you own this property, sir?
I don't, but
Okay. Then how can you tell a property owner what to do?
do
with
you own
tree?
this property?
No.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Now we talked ourselves into circles. Neither one of us have a right to say anything. And that's pretty good though. Yeah. Okay. So I can see you'd be a good arguer kind of guy. So how long have you been coming to New Hope?
Yes.
Yes. For all your life, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty much all 14 years. That's fantastic. Now, what do you love about New Hope?
The community and like the people that come here. Like you see, like for my age, you see them grow up, but you also see yourself grow up, and you see everyone become more spiritually active in the community. And like every day or every week, it's a new story, and every week it's something new, and it's the perfect size of church. Like it's not too big, it's not too small, and we're always advancing, and we're always wanting new people to come here, and we're so open.
Awesome. That's great. I hope we are. That's what we're supposed to be anyway. That's really good. Do you have like a favorite scripture or story from the Bible?
2 Kings 5:7, I think.
Wow, you came prepared.
No, I just know that off the top of my head.
That's awesome.
I don't know what the verse is. I know that it's something like that.
What's the story there? Do you know?
No.
You know what the verse says?
I could tell you any other time, but now
That's all right.
I don't remember.
I'll tell you what, we'll even look it up. Would you say 2 Kings?
5:7, I think.
So you remember where it's at, but you just have a hard time remembering. Yeah, it's about when Naaman with the leprosy. That story where he dips in the Jordan 7 times.
I think so.
Okay. Cool.
Either that verse or Ephesians 4:29 says, "Let everything you do be in the name of Christ."
That's awesome. Yeah. Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, and do things that are good for building up people.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So do you want to be that kind of person? Build other people up?
Yes.
That's great.
Even though I'll be a lawyer and I'm...
Do you think it's possible to do both? I think it is.
Yeah. I think it's...
Even though that's kind of funny. But yeah, I think it's very possible to do both. So what do you love about Sunday school? I got to get this in here because, your teacher, Bethany, needs to hear this. She needs some encouragement.
I love Sunday school because all the group leaders and all the teachers, they do such a good job, and we always follow a path. Like we always follow like right now we're learning about the Holy Spirit, and like each message is not the same, and I like hearing different people's point of view of what they think the Holy Spirit is or whatever we're talking about. Like next week, Samantha Clausen will be teaching, and I don't know what she'll be talking about, but I know that she always does a great job. Bethany always does a great job. Everyone
awesome
does a great job.
And Jared taught today?
Yeah, Jared talked today, and it was
fantastic.
Really good.
That's awesome. I'm glad you got such a good team in there. Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this question, and it's kind of a serious question, but I think you can answer it. Ready? Okay. If there's one thing in this world you could change, what would it be?
There's one thing in the world
world
change.
You could change about the world. What would it be? You only get one.
I wish we weren't so, cruel to each other. I wish we would realize that we should all love each other, and especially with the world right now, I wish we could change that.
That's awesome. What do you love most about Jesus?
Everything. I love that he was chosen for the biggest job, biggest task anyone has ever seen in this world, to die for our sins, and I don't think anyone else could have done that for everyone in this world and everyone to come, everyone that has ever came, and I love that he was chosen for that job, and I think that God chose the right person for that job.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, thanks for talking with me.
Yep.
It's been pretty cool. We'll have you back on sometime.
Okay.
And I'm going to have your sister on. You know this, right?
Yep.
And she's going to get her shot to say something about you. So I'm just going to make sure you understand that. Thanks, Carson.
Yep.
Yeah, we've come to the end of another podcast.
It's the end.
And it was a good one, like usual. But we're kicking off 2021 very well.
Yeah, man. I mean, full steam ahead.
So what do you look forward to the most this year?
This year, hopefully graduation.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how much longer have you got with school?
I might have to go for the full 12 months. But if all goes according to plan, December, man.
You'll be done.
Mm-hmm.
So Drew will be done with Eastern. We'll have to throw a party this time next year.
If I graduate, I'm just going to bawl like a baby. I'm 28. I'm 28 now. I'll be 29, almost 30 by the time I graduate. And it's been a long time coming. I'm ready to be done.
I don't blame you. 2021 will bring that for you. In 2022, you'll be a free man.
I'll be free at last.
Well, let's say I've got some of my own predictions. I like to make up my own predictions for each new year.
Oh, predictions.
Yeah, so I've got a few of them.
I feel like you have a pretty good track record with these.
I do. It's amazing how many of my predictions I usually nail down pretty good.
Yeah.
And they come true, and people are like, hey, yeah, you said that. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, and the more specific you get, you don't usually do so well, but we'll see. We'll see. What you got for me?
Okay, here we go. Number 1, an alien monolith is going to appear on New Hope Church's front lawn sometime in 2021.
Okay. Are there can anyone put it there, or is it's from an alien?
Well, it's going to appear as if it's an alien monolith.
Okay.
Now, as far as who put it there, I don't know. I don't know who put the other ones there.
Have you ever heard of what's called a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Are you saying that I would do such a thing? I don't know how to make a monolith. I might know some people who do, but Anyway, that's going to appear on New Hope's church's front lawn. So if you come to church one Sunday and you're just like, hey, what's that huge monolith doing there?
We're not building idols or anything. It's from
it's not an idol.
It's from outer space or something.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll do. If someone does that, we need to put up a horizontal monolith, make a cross out of it.
Oh, genius.
Yeah, there you go. We shall Christianize it. Okay, number 2. People are going to get more creative with masks. We all have to wear masks.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going away.
As we've seen.
Yeah, and it's not going to go away anytime soon.
Right.
So I think someone's going to come out with what I call the Dead Presidents Collection.
Oh, man.
And it's going to be to the point of where you can't tell if you're just being safe or you're robbing a bank.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's going to confuse the law.
Yeah.
The law is going to be confused, law enforcement, because they're not sure if you're actually. You can go into a bank with that particular mask on and just making a deposit, but then they think you're making a huge withdrawal.
I think it'd be hilarious if you were just a guy in the bank, like standing in line, wait to deposit your check, and then you just join in with the bank robbers. You're like, yeah, screw this. I'm gonna join in.
I got the mask.
Yeah, I got the mask already.
Jump in. Little point break action. Okay, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will debut 25 movies this year.
So it's just two and something a month.
If anyone can do it, I have no doubt it's him.
Yeah, if he doesn't doesn't go for office at some point.
Now the next one, you said you actually told me this one, so I'll let you explain it, about celebrities at baseball games.
Oh, right. So I'm somewhat stealing this from something, but
that's all right. But it's a prediction.
Oh man, yeah. In an effort to revamp the baseball numbers,
boost the ratings for MLB,
make it more exciting. Some people have told me, just throw in 2 balls at once, kind of thing. Yeah, that's fine, but I have a better idea. Instead of celebrities throwing the first pitch, they throw the last pitch. So a scenario would be bases loaded, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, full count. In comes Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Or in comes Ellen.
Yeah, that'd be great.
To throw the
Ellen
last
DeGeneres
pitch.
throwing the last pitch.
You'd watch it, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. I would not watch the game. I just watch the end.
Now,
end of the game.
I saw Cristiano Ronaldo, famous soccer player, throw the first pitch of a game. It was so terrible.
He can't throw.
Not even close.
Well, he should.
They gave him a second try.
They should have kicked it with his feet.
Yeah, they gave him a soccer ball right after. Like, here, show us what.
Well, we know what's going to happen if he's in the game with 3 and 2.
Yeah,
full count.
Yeah, they're like, I'd rather have DeVito.
Okay, so celebrities throw. That's our prediction. Celebrities will throw the last pitches of ball games in the MLB.
Yeah.
Next one is next prediction. Donald Trump will run for president in 2021. I'm not sure anybody wants to go through all that again.
He's going to.
He's just going to run again, even if there's no election.
Yeah, one of his staffers is going to be like, "Sir,
let's just try it again.
There's no election." He said, "There's
Doesn't
no
matter.
stopping me."
Let's do it again. Another one. Some small country, I predict in 2021, who is sick and tired of their tourist, will rename their country COVID Land.
Oh man. As a way to get more people there?
No, as a way to keep people out.
Okay.
They're sick and tired of the tourists.
Yeah.
So they rename it COVID Land.
I could see France doing that.
Bigger country than I thought, but yeah, okay.
It's like the number one tourist spot.
2021, that's going to happen. Next thing that's going to happen in 2021 is churches are going to start using those bank vacuum tubes for offering. It's a safer way. Instead of passing the bucket, you just throw it in the bank tube at the end of the pew or on your way out the door or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we have this tube that just goes straight to the office.
It distributes communion as well.
There you go. Yeah. With the little communion distribution, like a vending machine. That's a very virus free, if you will.
Virus friendly.
Here's the next one. I believe that in 2021, because of Zoom and FaceTime and things like that have become so popular, that people are going to get bored with it. So they're going to start making puppets of themselves and using the puppets on Zoom or FaceTime.
Okay.
And I think this is going to be widespread.
Okay.
And if you want to make a puppet of yourself.
How did I know this is going there? I knew that's
all you have to do is look up my business, Smithson, SMITHSEN puppets on Etsy.com.
Have you no shame?
And we will make, we sell custom puppets. So we will make one of you, and you can use it on Zoom to get this thing started, because you might as well get on now, because it's going to be a huge wave, a tidal wave, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, I will.
That's going to take over. So yeah, those are some predictions for 2021.
Yeah, nice little business plug at the end.
That's right. If you were to sum up 2020 in just one word or a few words.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Long. Long. Loud.
Yeah. To me, it's Tiger King and coronavirus.
Oh. I see what you mean. I thought you just wanted adjectives.
No, how would you sum it up? That's how I would sum it up.
Yeah.
Those two things right there, because in a way, there's some similar qualities.
Yeah, I would sum it up as Trump and Facebook.
Hey, we're really looking forward to 2021. Sometimes you just gotta. Here's the thing: after you've had a bad year, even as all of us collectively have had a bad year, as people who follow Jesus, we've just got to trust God and move on, and just pray that God is going to get what He wants and do what He wants. And sometimes that doesn't mean that you're always going to be happy or you're always going to have a good year. So I just pray that God did something this year that He wanted to do. I'm sure, and I'm confident that He did. So even though we may not even understand it or know what it is or what he's about, what His goals are, if you will, with humanity and with us in particular, things still need to play out. Trust God anyway. Let it play out, because it's really freeing to understand that He really is in control. Yeah, I also want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank Kathy Andrews. She won the $10 Amazon card for answering our trivia question over Christmas of who was Ralphie's little brother's. What was Ralphie's little brother's name in A Christmas Story? Again? Randy was his name. Randy was his name. Randy. He was a little kid that couldn't get his arms down because his coat was so big.
Yeah, Randy.
And so anyway, she won that and got her card. So thank you very much for listening.
Good job.
And we appreciate anyone who's listening, and we would love to hear from you sometime. You can catch us on Facebook or on Instagram at New Hope Underground. And stay tuned later on this week, because you're going to hear an episode, we hope anyway, of a Jesus Talk. So stay tuned for that. Hey, thanks for joining us.